Small town is definitely one of my favorite romance tropes. Hey book besties, welcome back to my channel. Today, I'm going to be doing a full series roundup on the Dream Harbor series. I just finished book 6, so I thought this would be a perfect time to chat about the series and give you my full ranking. Before we dive in, make sure you hit that subscribe button and stick around for more book content. I love sharing reading roundups like this one, book reviews, book recommendations, and just all the fun bookish things, so make sure you're following along. So let's talk about the Dream Harbor series. This is a book of small town romances that are mostly like seasonally based, and they are just so much fun. A lot of people compare them to Gilmore Girls, and while I have seen Gilmore Girls, I haven't actually finished the show, and it's not like one of my, go-to series, but I will say that this one reminds me a lot of Heart of Dixie and Schitt's Creek, which are two of my favorite shows, so I love that. So first I'm going to round up each of the books in order, and then I'll give you my ranking. The first book in the series is The Pumpkin Spice Cafe, and in this book you're following Jeannie, who moves to Dream Harbor to take over her aunt's cafe, and she ends up meeting the grumpy farmer named Logan, and they start a relationship, and it is so cute. Logan is so perfectly grumpy. I love this book so much. And it was a great start to the whole series. Book 2 is The Cinnamon Bun Bookstore, and in this book you follow Hazel, who owns a bookstore in Dream Harbor, and she is the mayor's daughter. Now the mayor is the typical small town kooky guy. He's just so funny, and she ends up falling in love with Noah, who is sort of new to Dream Harbor, and he does boating tours because this is a town in New England. There's a water nearby, and he does boat tours, but he's sort of a playboy. He always is known for hooking up with the tourists, but he decides to settle down with Hazel, who he has had a crush on for a while. And I will say that while this one definitely seems fall-like, it actually takes place mostly during summer, so it's a perfect summer read that has a little bit leeway into the fall time. It was so cute. The third book is The Christmas Tree Farm. So this is the first Christmas book in this whole series, and in this book you follow Kira, who is a new person to Dream Harbor, and she buys sight unseen the Christmas tree farm in town, and she is very much in over her head. But she ends up meeting, I don't know his name actually, a guy who is actually Jeannie's brother from the first book, and they don't exactly hit it off. Kira is very much like a grump, so it's like a reverse Grumpy Sunshine, which was so fun. And I really enjoyed this one. The vibes were so perfect for the Christmas season. I just love a Christmas tree farm. Any type of content, book, movie, whatever, it's so much fun. And then the fourth book in the series is a springtime romance, The Strawberry Patch Pancake House. This book is kind of one of the first that doesn't have too much of a relation to the other 3 books in the series, but these two do live in Dream Harbor. You're following Iris, who does live in Dream Harbor, but she wasn't really discussed too much in the other books, and Archer. Archer is new to Dream Harbor because he ended up moving there after finding out he has a daughter that he did not know he had because her mother had passed away in an accident. So he has to move and now has a daughter. Iris is hired as his nanny, so it's a single dad nanny romance, which is very fun. And he also is a chef, and he ends up buying the pancake house in town. It was a really cute one. The 5th book in the series is The Gingerbread Bakery, which is another Christmas romance. And in this book, you follow Annie and Mac, who very much have enemies to lovers vibes going that started right off the bat in book 1. I was so excited to read this story because you see they're bickering throughout the whole series. So this was a long-awaited book, and it was so good. It's definitely enemies to lovers, but also a little bit second chance. It was perfect. And the most recent book in the series is The Daisy Chain Flower Shop. This is another very springtime, summertime sort of romance, and this one, similar to The Strawberry Patch Pancake House, follows characters you haven't really seen too much in the series so far, but it's following Daisy, who is from Dream Harbor, and she owns the flower shop in town, which has been owned by her family for generations. And then you also meet Elliot, who is a transplant to Dream Harbor, and he's an architect, and he's working on the inn in town, and they do a fake dating relationship for their own reasons. So now let me do my full ranking of all of these books. I'm going to start at the bottom and go to the top, and I will say that I did enjoy all of these books, but some more than others. So in 6th place for me is The Strawberry Patch Pancake House. Now I did like this one, but I will say that the single dad nanny trope isn't totally my favorite. it's just not one that I love a lot. So that was kind of why I was like, about it. And sometimes I do like that trope, and if the characters are really great, like I'll like it even more. But this one, like the characters were okay. I liked them enough, but not like as much as the other characters in the series. In fifth place is the Cinnamon Bun Bookstore. Now, I really like these characters a lot. It was so cute, and I love a book about books, which was very much what this one was about. Again, just not my favorite. In fourth place is The Christmas Tree Farm. I had a really great time with this one. It was just a fun, cute read for the holiday season. And like I said, I really liked Kira. And honestly, she might be my favorite FMC in the series. Maybe not, but very high up there. In third place is The Pumpkin Spice Cafe. Now, honestly, I wasn't sure if anything was gonna top this, but after some thought, the other two books in the series definitely go higher above this. But I will say that Logan is definitely my favorite MMC in the whole series. I just loved him so much. And this story, like, it's fall vibes, which is my favorite. And I just really love how it set up the whole series. So this definitely holds a special place in my heart, but the other two books had to go above it. In second place is the Daisy Chain Flower Shop. Now, I will say, because we hadn't really met these characters much in the series, I didn't have high expectations for this one, so maybe that's part of why I loved it so much, but I just devoured this. I love these characters. They had such a beautiful story. It was a super intriguing story because they were both kind of digging into their pasts, and that was really interesting to me. So yeah, I definitely love this one. And my favorite book in the Dream Harbor series, The Gingerbread Bakery. Now, like I said, this is a story that I had wanted since the beginning because Annie and Mac had such enemies to lovers vibes going, or like hate to lovers vibes, and I had high expectations for it. And it's sometimes pretty rare to have a book where you have high expectations actually be met, and this one met every expectation I could have possibly had. It was even better than I imagined, which was fantastic. I just loved these two together. I loved hearing their story. It was one of those books that, like, I could have had more of because I just really enjoyed being with these characters and learning about what their relationship was like in the past when they were younger, how they got to where they were today. I could not get enough. I loved it so much. So there you have it, the Dream Harbor series full ranking and just a little explanation. If you have not read these yet, I highly recommend it. I will say that they are just about the vibes. They're a lot of fun. It's not like, they're not like groundbreaking literature or anything, but I don't care because I love the story. I love the vibes. It's just such a cute series. I don't know if there are going to be any more. Like, there definitely seemed to be like they were setting up another love story in this one, but also maybe not. I don't know, but I don't care. I don't care how many books they come out within this series. I will read every single one because I love it. If you have read this series, let me know what your favorite book was in the comments. Thanks for watching, besties. See you next time.